Who's the man? I just got some satisfaction. Oh yeah. Attack them now. We will not tolerate this behavior. Hey, nice towel. Dadgum.
What's up, YouTube people? I've been meaning to make this video for a couple of days now, but I couldn't find the time, been too damn busy. This scenario, Wonderwood World, a lot of people seem to be complaining about it. It sounds so difficult. Now this video you see here, I'm gonna do it on the medium difficulty, just to show you that it's not so impossible to do. In fact, I find it extremely easy. All you have to do is know. You have to. Sorry about that, YouTube people. My brain seemed to block. As soon as you start this fucking game, you make a scout ship and you send it directly in the southwest direction. This is very important that you do this. Now, another thing, I've also completed this on the hardest difficulty. I didn't record it because I didn't actually believe that I will be able to complete the mission. Could you believe it? But it turned out that I did complete the mission. Well, to be perfectly honest, I did use codes to reveal my map, but that was it. I didn't use any other codes. So basically, I've also completed this on the hardest as well. Now, as soon as you start the campaign, the first thing that you want to do is gather wood. As much as villages as you can put on wood. Then, as you can see here, in the first seconds of the game, I don't care what you are doing, stop whatever you're doing and send the scout ship immediately to attack the transport ship. Now, if you're more of a sneaky bastard, you can also wait for it. You can wait until the red player, the Canaanites unload units on the ship. And in that case, it would be even better, because when you kill a loaded transport ship, you actually kill a lot of his units. That would be awesome. However, that requires a lot of micromanagement. If you think you can handle the task, go ahead and try it. But for me, I know that I get confused as easily as I do. I don't take the chance. So this is the most important thing. The first wave of attack consists of 3 or 4 scout ships, and I think it was 3 broadswordsmen, 1 bowman. No, 2 broadswordsmen, 1 bowman, and a catapult. Now the problem with this scenario is, if you get yourself in a situation where you're defending your own shores, and he's already unloaded that attack wave on you, then you have to use your ships to both counter the enemy fleet and the soldiers that which are in your base, and you simply cannot do it. That's why so many people get defeated in the early few minutes in this campaign. It's very, I can't stress out how important it is that you destroy the enemy transport ship as soon as you start the game. That is the most important thing in the entire that is the most important thing in the entire mission. Because as soon as you take out that transport ship, he's not able to send that first wave of attack, and he's not able to. Let me try and get my thoughts together. He's not able to send an army. You're gonna see me here. I make a huge mistake. I actually send my low hit point ships to attack. I realized the mistake, but it was too late, so my ship got killed. It was really stupid of me. Never attack with low health ships. The reason is, you need to be able to block him unloading units on you, because on this map you don't actually get gold or stone on the starting on these 3 big islands that you start, and that's a very big problem. You do get 1 stockpile of stone to build 2 towers, and I also recommend sending a few villagers in the east, west, north. In the upper section, you're gonna see it. I was trying to figure out the direction, but it's not near any corner, so You can see me here. I use my ships to take out the enemy archers and catapults. Always remember that you can do this too, but be very careful, because the most important thing in this situation is remember that when you're doing this, you need to get your attention focused entirely on the ships. So if you can't handle micromanagement, and one of my ships just died because this game is very glitchy, and sometimes the ships stand one behind another, and you know that prevents them from moving correctly, and sometimes they glitch out and don't move and they die. But when you're micromanaging your ships, make sure that when you're attacking an enemy base or just harassing with your scout ships or war galleys, as the case here, make sure that your attention is focused on the ships. As soon as you switch your attention to doing something else, farming, mining, doing something in your base, make sure you always pull your warships back. This is extremely important, as what's going to happen if you don't do this, they're just gonna sit in place while the catapults are hurling boulders at them, and they're gonna all die because they're stupid. They don't. Units in this game don't have intelligence. You're supposed to do the thinking for them. If you just let them be, they're just gonna sit in place and get smashed by the catapults. It's really stupid. Now, as you can see on the map here, there is one stockpile of gold, and this is the only single stockpile in the entire map. And I don't understand what was the stupid idea behind that, but this is really stupid because the only thing you can do on this map to get gold is to build these merchant ships. So I recommend starting building merchant ships as soon as you can, because as you can clearly see, some idiot decided to put cliffs just behind the gold mine. Even if you manage to go there and defeat the enemy's base, it's actually nearly impossible to mine that gold, because the way that gold mine is blocked behind those cliffs, you can only send in 2 villagers at a time. In my opinion, some really bad map designed by some developer, but whatever. I also save a lot, you can see. Always chase the units down. You're gonna see me here. I'm gonna go and kill that little ship. The Minoans and the Hittites, you're not originally supposed to fight them, but they piss me off because they declare their diplomatic stance to enemy to me, and I really get annoyed by that. I don't know why, but I do get annoyed at it, and I usually destroy people that do that. And as you just saw, my ships always get glitched out because this is a great game. It's not a bad game. It's a lot of fun, but the units are very, very glitchy. It's really stupid how they constantly get stuck behind things and start doing weird glitchy moves, and you even have a pathfinding meter on the settings. So the first harbor is on the Minoans or the Hittites, I'm not sure. I think you have 3 harbors: Canaanites, Hittites, and Minoans. Each of those civilizations has a harbor. As you can see, I'm gonna pull my. I'm gonna show you in a second. I'm gonna zoom in on the place where my merchant ship is sent. The Minoans harbor is just near that. The Hittites, excuse me. The Hittites harbor is just down south. The Minoans harbor is particularly close to it. I mean, it's close to it. It's on. I don't remember exactly the direction which was. It's a little bit on the right, east. When I look at the map, it's a little bit more to the east, but it's not far away. It is close to the Hittites' dock. Even if you decide to destroy them, always remember to keep their docks, because you can make a lot of gold out of nothing. Your merchant ships, well, they do actually trade one resource for another, so if you decide to keep that in mind if you decide to use stockpile. If you decide to stockpile a specific resource like wood or food, make sure you set your merchant ships to give off that resource for a goal. As you can see, I'm just about to discover the Minoan's dock. Always never stop harassing the player. In fact, I discovered that only using these my warships alone, it's more than enough to win this scenario. It's really not that difficult. I mean, all you have to do is make sure he doesn't transport ships to he doesn't transport units to your base. That's everything. There's nothing else that's really difficult about this scenario. The reason why it's so difficult because you don't get resources on this map, and when you can't raise an army, it becomes impossible to defend. That's why people die so much in this campaign. But it's not that much of a big deal. I actually get a little bit of cocky, so I do eventually lose two or three of my ships here because I'm not careful. And I also did something stupid. I should have waited to advance to the next stage and made these ships Tyrenes. Tyrenes are much more powerful. They also get 2 or 3 ballistics upgrades, which really improve their damage. But the annoying thing is you need to stockpile like 1,000 food and 800, 900 or 800 gold. So whatever you do, make sure that you make merchant ships early, because you're gonna need a lot of gold on this map. Also because, like I mentioned before, you don't actually get the resources anywhere, which is really stupid. I really hate it when they fucking do that. Why can't they just put 2 or 3 pieces of fucking gold somewhere so I can mine it and I don't have to keep waiting like an idiot? You know, it's very annoying when you rely only on merchant ships for gold, because it actually takes a lot of time for them to gather the gold. And that really slows down your civilization improvement, your units. You can't raise an army. You know, you have to cut back on a lot of things. I don't know why they did. As I was explaining before, the Minoan's dock is right about. It was somewhere. There we go. Finally found him. So yeah, the most annoying thing is definitely the lack of resources on this map. Other than that, that's pretty much it. It's not that difficult of a scenario. It's just that people give up too easily. But this is definitely the most difficult Egyptian campaign, I agree. But what the hell, I think that makes it a lot more interesting. Instead of, if they were too easy, it would just be boring. Why make it easy? And I almost managed to lose another one of my ships. I am going to lose later on. You're going to see 2 or 3 of my ships because I'm not paying attention. And I also had a little bit of bad luck, because when one of my ships was getting attacked by one ship, I lost focus, and the other one got near the town, and he got fired from those towers. I really fucking hate those towers that he starts off with, because those station towers and upgraded are actually very effective for defense. It's good for him, but not for me, because it's actually kind of hard to take them out unless you have Tyrenes or even these catapult Tyrenes. I actually saw the upgrades of the catapult Tyrenes. They cost like some insane. The catapult ships alone don't cost that much, but there's an upgrade to make them like heavy catapult ship or something, which is like extremely expensive, like 2,000 food and 800-900 wood, something like that. Crazy costing upgrades. Another thing which I really hate about this map is the fact that, well, I don't hate it. I just gotten used to it. I used to get. Oh, I wanted to remember something to tell you. Never build in the down in the corner, east, west, north, south. South of the town center, Never place a farm directly south of the town center, because just below that little corner right there on the town center, the bottom corner, the villagers pop up. And what happens is, if you place farms, they get stuck. It's really annoying to constantly keep moving your farmers in order to make way for the new villagers too. So remember, never put a farm directly below the town center. I should have told you this before, but I was a stupid noob and I didn't know any better. I didn't pay attention. But yeah, especially near town centers in Age of Empires 1, never place a villager south near the bottom corner, because they get stuck. You have to manually move them around. It's really annoying. And I do try. Here's the part where I think it was right about here where I lose my ships, or later on. The thing which I hated before, like I was trying to tell you, the computer actually starts off with a huge army, with upgraded towers, docks, everything on this map. So basically the only thing that has to happen is it has like a time. How should I explain this to you? He has like a countdown time. I don't know how many seconds exactly it is. He has a countdown time in which basically the computer is just sitting with all those units. As soon as the countdown timer hits 0, he sends his army to attack. And it's really fucking unfair, because you start off with not having any resources, you don't have any army, any towers, no defense, and the computer starts off with everything. What you're gonna see me do here, I'm trying to make this deer go closest to the storage pit, because in the original Age of Empires they carry 10 food. It's not like the second Age of Empires where the hunters carry like 50-60 food. In the original they only carry like 10, just like from a farm, so it's kind of important to have them near, to make the prey come as near as possible to the drop-off point. That helps the gathering a lot. I think you can also see me on this map. I also take advantage of the minimap a lot. When I select my ships, I click on that little diamond minimap right in the right corner. Make sure to learn to use this. This is very effective, especially when moving armies in distant locations. Later on you're gonna see me actually speed up the video, because all of the exciting part is actually right here when I get challenged by the computer, when I send my ships to harass, when I do this stuff. Later on what happens is I'm gonna show you. I actually forgot to mention something really important, but I didn't actually forget. I actually was waiting for the right moment to come. There's a very important. I think this is the part where I lose my ships. I try to take out the tower or something like that. I should have waited just a little bit more. It's very important that you actually get the stone stockpile. That's what I wanted to tell you before. There's a huge stone stockpile which is unguarded, and you can basically just send your villagers as soon as you have enough food and wood, and you don't need villagers for that. Or just have some extra villagers. It's in the east corner. It's in the east corner. And I got as you can see, my ship stuck again. So I lose my ship. I was really sloppy this time when I played. I should be ashamed of myself. Usually I play much better than I play here. Just that day I was kind of sloppy. I lost a lot of my ships. It doesn't usually happen. I'm not that much of an embarrassment. So anyway, he somehow manages to send a scout ship to attack me. I don't know how he does that. I guess I didn't see the new dock. I didn't really pay attention. Right here is the part where I was waiting for before. As you can see, you're gonna see. I'm gonna show you the corner where, just a few seconds from now, where as you can see, right there, far to the east, there is the stone stockpile which I was talking about before. As soon as you are free, have some free villagers, send them over there to gather stone. Because the objective of this scenario is actually to make a wonder. Now, I did do something really stupid in this scenario, and I was about to send my villagers to go there and get the stone, but for some reason I got distracted by my fleet, and I completely forgot about those villagers for a long period of time. That was a big mistake because later on it actually took me a lot of time to go there. You also have to cut some wood. You can start collecting stone directly. There's a lot of wood. There's a lot of wood which is preventing you from building a storage pit. So first you have to go there and cut off all the wood, then you can collect the stone. It's also a little detail worth mentioning. I think a part of my sloppiness with the ships was having to do that I went off screen. I just left them there near the towers. That's a very dangerous thing. You should never do that. Like I said in the beginning of the video, never leave your ships, especially when they're in an enemy base. By the way, I got really angry about that ship. I was doing my best to save him, and they're right there. I lose my second ship. I was doing my best to save him, and I didn't consider the fact that he might actually make a scout ship right in the moment when I'm retreating. And the second ship was lost because, as you can see, I got distracted from the first ship, and I lose another one. So that's pretty much it. As you can see by this point, because of my sloppiness, my fleet is completely annihilated. I usually do a lot better. I know I'm doing terrible at this time. There's also one more thing. I'm gonna try to show you with the video editor. I'm gonna put extend the frame. I think it was called extend the frame, to show you. There's a nice trick on this map. I've actually did this when I was playing on the hardest difficulty, so I didn't notice this on this play. There is a small island right in the down south. You can see right there the first island to the south. One moment. Can you see that tiny little island down south? That's a perfect place where you can actually place a few priests. I actually paused the video so I can make a marker for you guys. Hope you appreciate it. That's a perfect place where you can place a few priests, because right in that place he actually sends a lot of these merchant ships. Well, you know, at least he used to do it on... Oh, I can see that they're also near my base. At least he used to do that on the hardest difficulty. The Canaanites sends a lot of merchant ships between the Minoans and the Hittites, just in the same way that I send merchant ships. And those merchant ships, usually if that lower dock isn't destroyed like it's already been done here, they usually pass right between that little island. If you place 3 or 4 priests there, you can convert a lot of merchant ships for free, and that really helps because you can get gold a lot faster. Basically, you want to convert as much merchant ships as you want. It's a very, very good idea to do that. I highly recommend doing that, because, like I said before, it's nearly impossible to get gold in this map as a whole. And that's pretty much it. I managed to lose my navy here, not very nicely, but if you manage to keep your navy alive, make sure you're always attacking groups, you should do fine. You should have no problems at all. The only thing I regret when I look back on this playthrough is the fact that I didn't advance to the Tool Age. Was it Tool Age? I'm not sure. Or Iron Age. It was one of the two. I didn't advance to the next stage fast enough. I should have upgraded them to Tyrenes. It would have made my job a lot easier. A lot easier. If I only upgraded a little bit sooner, maybe I should have built a few more merchant ships. And I forgot all of my merchant ships on trading why did I want to say food? Trading wood for gold, and that resulted in me constantly lacking wood, which was kind of stupid. I should have I should have set some of them up to food, because as you can clearly see, I've stockpiled a lot of food, and I don't build an army, so it just kind of sits there. If you stockpile a lot of food, on the hardest playthrough, which wasn't recorded, I actually made war elephants. It's very good tactic. You can do that too, to finish off the red guy. Basically, you want to finish him off as fast as you can, because he doesn't. He's just a thorn. He doesn't really. He endangers you, and as soon as he's defeated, the better. But basically, the most important thing on this campaign is to defend yourself by destroying his transport ships and collect stone as soon as possible. In the east corner on the map, there's a small island with stones completely undefended, so it's not a problem sending in villages as soon as you possibly can. And that's pretty much it. Gather the stone, and then you can build a wonder. And if you're defending the sea properly, and assuming you've already defeated the red guy, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple scenario. One thing I forgot to mention, all you have to do is build a wonder, and it's instant victory. You don't actually have to take out the Canaanites. Going to the Iron Age, you also get a lot of good economic upgrades. I think one of the most important ones is the wheel that makes your villagers move 30% faster. It's kind of stupid when you think about it, because why would a wheel make villagers move faster? It doesn't really make any sense. Just like the artillery catapults and the hoplites, they can like kill an enemy that's facing them like with a 5-foot-long spear. It doesn't really make any sense, but it's a fun game. I only wish that they fixed out the glitches a little bit. If they made the gameplay a little bit less glitchy, if they fixed one or two issues, this game could have been great. It's not a bad game. It's a fun game. It has a lot of potential, but it just feels unfinished. The units are the movement of the units is very, very, very glitchy. That is the biggest, by far, issue with the game. The glitchiness of the units. There's also a lot of stupid things about the game as well. The fact that everything you're supposed to do manually. Here, priests, for example, they don't heal your own units for some reason. Villagers, they don't replenish farms on their own for some stupid reason, unlike in Age of Empires 2. All of these units that you have, basically, if you leave them alone, what's going to happen is some enemy is going to lure them in, and they're all going to die. They're going to get killed off somewhere. The same thing happens, by the way, in StarCraft. If you remember, the Terrans had a Wrath. You don't remember that. If you remember those flying planes, they always managed to get lured by the enemy. Age of Empires 1 is really, really heavily based on micromanagement. That's what pisses me off. You're supposed to do everything for the units. They don't have a mind of their own, and in that regard, the AI has a huge advantage over you, because he can actually control each one of his units individually, constantly, all of the time, because he's the computer. And while what you have to do is select them all one by one, and it's really annoying. But that's pretty much how it is. Now I already have my army of Tyrenes, and everything is simple as can be. He's gonna get wiped out. A little bit too late. I should have made this a lot earlier, but I guess better late than never. I didn't honestly do a lot of research before I played this campaign. I knew what I was supposed to do, but I should have remembered some key things about the campaign. So learn from my mistake and advance to the next stage as soon as you possibly can. Gather stone as soon as you possibly can to make the wonder, and that's pretty much it. The campaign should be finished. I don't understand why there's no resources in this map. It's really They should have placed a little bit more resources. I don't get it why. Maybe they wanted to make it difficult, but it's really stupid. These catapult Tyrenes, by the way, are amazing, but they're very, very dangerous. They annihilate enemy bases in like no time. You know, you can leave them for a few seconds near an enemy and they'll destroy like half of his base for like seconds. They are really, really effective. But make sure you don't, I don't know. I converted some of his villagers. That was a mistake. I should have only converted the military units instead of wasting my energy on those villagers. I didn't notice that X-Men before getting killed by the bowler. That was kind of funny and stupid. As you can see, my tactic is to use purely priests and the little ships because I'm too lazy to build an army. And with the limited gold you get on this map, it's really kind of difficult to do. This is also a very effective tactic, converting the enemy buildings. However, I actually made a mistake of converting the houses. You're gonna see me here converting houses. This is a really stupid thing, and it was really noobish of me. I should have just let those stupid houses alone. When you come into an enemy's base, you want to use your priests on his buildings or expensive units, but use them on production buildings. Barracks, archery range, siege. If you need a town government, what was the name of that? Not town center. Fuck it. What was the name? Government center. If you need a government center, granary, storage pit for gathering resources, don't waste your energy on the houses. That was really stupid of me because you don't really need houses all that much. They're very simple to build and it's just a waste of energy. So don't repeat my mistakes. If you have an opportunity to convert, always convert the most expensive units and the production buildings first. You're also gonna see me here heal some of my units. So yeah. The computer also, as soon as I make those, as I convert those storage pit, he decides to sends all of his villagers to collect the gold for some stupid reason. I don't know why. Maybe he thinks I'm gonna get on the gold or something. The AI on this map is really effective when it's attacking you. When it's on the attack, it's really, really dangerous, but it doesn't seem to do very well on defense. As you can see, it's not. It's performing very poorly. So in response to his sending all of his villagers there, I just gather my Tyrenes. And at this point, you can see that the video is already. I increased the speed to 200% because it's really boring to watch. From here on, everything is basically finishing the red guy off, gathering the stone, which I forgot to gather earlier, and that's everything. There's nothing else. There's nothing else to do. It really gets boring in this part. That's why I decided to make the video faster because it didn't feel like wasting your time. I should have just destroyed the houses though. That was really stupid of me for not destroying those stupid houses. You might actually notice that throughout the entire map I have almost no wood whatsoever. The reason for that is not because I built the ships. Yeah, those Tyrenes costed a few food, but the main reason why I was constantly out of the wood resources because I actually left all of my merchant ships, and I have a lot of merchant ships. You can see all of that gold, like, well, not all of that gold, but let's say like 98% of that gold is all from the merchant ships, and those merchant ships were constantly trading the wood for the gold. So that's the reason why I was constantly left woodless. I should have set of them, some of them, even more more of them to trade the gold for food, but I just didn't think about it at the time. So I explore the map to see what is there more to explore. And this is a funny part of the video. I was actually really desperately trying to make a storage pit next to the stone stockpile. I didn't remember that. I think in some previous in the Second Age of Empires you can actually cut down the trees and then build the storage pit on top of it. And I thought it would also allow me to do the same thing in the First Age of Empires, but it didn't. I tried so many times building that storage, but eventually I just gave up and I decided to cut the wood. It's kind of funny. I wanted to make sure you notice that sound right there. I wanted to show you before. You can see these fishermen. They've actually finished farming these sheep. I'm trying to explain this. Damn, I can't explain. They finished hunting all of the fishes in the sea, and it actually makes a sound when they do that. I've never noticed. I've been playing this game for like 10 years. I've never noticed that it actually makes a sound when the fish stockpile ends. I was really surprised by that. So that's pretty much it. You might also notice me when I click on my ships. I constantly keep clicking over and over again. The reason is there's some kind of stupid glitch in this game on my Windows 7 version. The glitch consists of that sometimes when I click it doesn't actually register the click. I don't know why. It's some really annoying bug that I've never encountered before. I think it's something with the Windows version, because I didn't have this problem before. Whatever the case, this bug is really, really annoying. So you're gonna see me clicking a lot of times on the same location because it refuses to register my click. That's the reason why I do it. In this part, you see me taking out the Hittites town. You don't actually have to do that. I don't know why. I was bored and I didn't have anything better to do, so I decided to destroy his town without the docks, of course, because I need those. And I almost destroyed his docks, so I was making sure I don't do that by accident. I also sent my army over to the yellow guy's base. I don't know why I did that. I think I wanted to explore the... Oh yeah, that was the unexplored part there. That's the reason why. Wanted to explore the map fully. As soon as you start building a wonder, excuse me, make sure you gather all of your villagers, so that way they can build the wonder faster. And I do the same thing with the brown guy. Minons. Actually, in the older Age of Empires, the wonders take really, really long time to build, so make sure you get all of your villagers to build them. they take forever to build. It's really stupid. So the more villages you have, the faster the building's gonna be complete. And that's pretty much everything for this scenario. It's very straightforward. There's nothing special about it. In this part, I actually even noted in the chat how ridiculously expensive the Juggernaut upgrade is. I wouldn't have honestly remembered that if I hadn't selected it. But yeah, it's pretty insane on upgrades. This old Age of Empires tends to have some really insane expensive upgrades for, like, I know Ballista Towers as well. The Juggernaut, there was a few other extremely expensive upgrades as well. I remember the Centurion, the upgrade of the Hoplite was extremely expensive like this, and a few other upgrades. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed my video. That's all there is about the campaign. It's not that difficult. Just make sure you destroy the transport ship of the Canaanites. That's the most important thing. And gather stone as soon as possible. Hope you enjoyed my video. Knife Now 1 out. And see you later. Maybe.